In the recent years, when the crypto hype was on its maximum, many entrepreneurs wanted to jump on this train. And no surprise, some of them tried to take advantage of the growing community with a lack of knowledge and understanding of how the whole thing works. Today, we recall 5 crypto scams having stolen unbelievably big amounts of money from the investors. Though the projects are different, there is something they definitely have in common. Each of them has definitely made quite a stir back in time. Let's go! Number 5. BitConnect.
BitConnect! Wow!
Imagine an actual working project with nothing but a name, mission, and some appealing promises. You got us right. No white paper, no track record, a completely anonymous team, and it still managed to attract investments. Well, BitConnect is here to prove that anything was possible back in 2016. Launched as a cryptocurrency, allowing users to lend the value of BitConnect coin in return for interest payments, the company had an aim to become a decentralized and autonomous way for individuals to earn cryptocurrency. Sounds pretty legit for a crypto company from 3 years ago, isn't it? During the ICO period, from November to late December 2016, the project raised roughly $500,000. Really typical and really good amount for a company back then. Over time, BitConnect began showing more and more signs of being a fraudulent scheme. The company's website started promising investors over 480% returns per year. Moreover, they tried to convince users it was a one-way bet, with no financial risks involved. It's amazing how resilient the project turned out to be. Of course, BitConnect was regularly accused of being a Ponzi scheme and forced to the disclosure. The story ended in winter 2018 on January 17. BitConnect shut down for good, causing an immediate 92% BCC price crash, which is still considered the largest coin value collapse in the history of crypto. Later that year, the Indian BitConnect leader, Divyesh Darji, was also arrested. As of February 2019, the FBI is still looking for BitConnect victims willing to assist the investigation. Meanwhile, the official BitConnect website is still online, and the guys would still appreciate a donation from you. Number 4. Plexcoin. Founded by Plexcore in mid-2017, the company presented a new cryptocurrency, along with other features, so-called Plex Wallet, Plex Bank, and a Plex Card. But there's even more to that. Potential investors were promised with truly fairy tale returns, 1,354% in 29 days. Somewhere between July and September 2017, the Plexcoin crowd sale was held, with $15 million raised from thousands of investors. As you've probably guessed by now, the investors never saw any returns, and the numerous law violations have grown into an epic legal battle that lasted more than a year. Fines, jail sentences, disclosures, and other sanctions. The story had it all, and even more. The main characters included the founder, Dominique Lacroix, claimed to be a recidivist securities law violator, as well as his partner, Sabrina Paradis-Royer. Finally, in December 2018, the US Securities and Exchange Commission froze Plexcore's assets and filed charges against both Lacroix and Paradis-Royer for securities fraud. And from this moment, things went better. The conned investors were hoping to get their money back and waited for more than a year after Plexcoin assets were frozen. Again, this became one of the rare happy end stories. In summer 2018, right during the court hearing, Lacroix was forced to transfer over $3 million in BTC to the fraud victims. Of course, this amount is 5 times smaller than all the funds stolen by the company back in 2017, but it's still something. Number 3. OneCoin. This project story is so intricate, we're surprised no one ever made a movie out of this. Launched in 2015 by ex-McKinsey specialist Dr. Ruja Ignatova, the company has provoked almost immediate mistrust, with some reputable media trying to convince everyone to stay away. Still, very soon, OneCoin managed to raise $30 million from 3 million investors almost brainwashed during a series of international seminars. The controversy began in early 2017, starting with claims that OneCoin hardly ever used blockchain to raise funds. But the claims were legally denied back then. However, it wasn't enough to reassure the community. Finally, a huge wave of investigations, arrests, and regional branch disclosures swept the world, turning into a 2-year epic law case, with countries from Britain to Kazakhstan involved. Meanwhile, the perpetrators themselves haven't stood idly by. Threatening the journalists, as well as bribing European country leaders and Interpol, was the part of OneCoin's strategy to stop being pursued by the law. Obviously, all those efforts have failed. Soon after, the crew started abandoning the ship, and Ruja herself was the first one. Having been vanished in January 2018, she left her brother Konstantin to become a new company official. Of course, the disappearance of the company's mastermind has naturally resulted in an eventual OneCoin collapse. Fortunately, justice seems to prevail. Ruja was indicted, and Konstantin Ignatov has been arrested. Still, those facts have unlikely made it any easier for conned investors, many of which nearly committed suicide after such a money loss.
Another one.
Number 2. Centratech. Having started as a quite regular project offering a crypto debit card solution, Centra was supported by a tremendous marketing campaign, with celebs like DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather spreading the word across social media. Between July 2017 and October 2017, Centra raised at least $32 million from thousands of investors via an ICO. Of course, such a success have soon drawn lots of attention to the company, especially from skeptics questioning the founder's professionalism. However, that time the entrepreneurs have actually managed to get away with murder. Saurabh Sharma, Raymond Trapani, and Robert Fakas, the 3 co-founders of Centratech, took care of their rep, having filled the official Centra website with impressive track records and their previous positions with decades of industry experience. The trio could keep fooling the community for a long time, but it hardly worked with international giants. 2 months after the ICO, the company received a cease and desist order from Visa, completely denying any partnership with Centra, soon followed by the same letter from MasterCard. That's when the investors started panicking, but it was already too late. In April 2018, after a year of prosecution, federal authorities have arrested Sharma and Fakas. Trapani's arrest followed 3 weeks after. The crash of CTR, Centra's token triggered by these events, as well as Ethereum price going down, played the key role in the story's ending. Sad but true, it soon became clear that investors are unlikely to ever have their money back. Number 1. Pincoin and iFan. The latest, the largest, and one of the most successful scams in recent times. Pincoin hit the market in January 2018, hiding behind thoroughly written white paper, demonstrating what seemed a solid track record. The company managed to create a positive first impression. However, there was already something that should have scared people off back then. The coin offered a very appealing, yet unrealistic rate of return, 48% per month. Sadly, these promises created an opposite effect, and soon after, the Pincoin crowd sale attracted an exorbitant amount of $660 million, or 15 trillion Vietnamese dongs, bought by 32,000 investors. Right after the first ICO, the company launched another crowd sale under the name of iFan, a social network token for celebrities, and earlier investors were rewarded using new iFan tokens. However, it wasn't long until the team behind these ICOs, a company named Modern Tech, disappeared. The loss of such a phenomenal amount of funds, 15 trillions, can you believe it? Triggered demonstrations outside Modern Tech's HQ in Vietnam. However, it was already too late. The company moved out a month before, and a new location was a mystery to everyone. According to reports published back then, all 7 Vietnamese citizens behind the scheme have left the country, and the finale of this story is still open. Do you agree with our list? What other big crypto scams do you remember? Let us know in the comments below, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon.